Today, the Dominator gets a new life with a big motor, supercharger, and nitrous. But is it ready to beat an electric car? Find out in this episode of RoadKill Projects. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of RoadKill Projects. And today, the Dominator returns for the second time, apparently, because the drag racing episode never went up, or maybe it got taken down. I don't actually know where the episode went, but I did a whole episode to where I put nitrous in this thing, threw a blower on it, threw a bigger blower on it, and drag raced it, and actually went pretty fast. I think I got this thing close to the 9s. And with the failure of trying to beat an electric car coming up, I think this thing has the potential to go faster because we're going to drop a whole new motor in it. Right now it has a 313 cubic inch V8 in it with a stage 2 supercharger and I don't know how big of a shot of nitrous. My guess is usually I go with a good 150. It's pretty basic. Thought this would have had a 250 shot in it. Well, this next car is definitely going to be able, the next motor is going to be able to handle that. But this thing is the ultimate thrash car because I just don't give a shit about this thing. So, to start off the episode, we're going to go around the track here. Which this is more for trophy trucks, but I think this poor car can withstand it. So far, so good. Now this thing can drift when it gets going. Yeah, this thing's not stable. Now that noise you hear whenever we go through the mud, that's the frame bottoming out. Jesus. Uh-oh, I actually think I did something. Look at the rear tire. Oh my god. Did I shift the whole entire axle? No. It's not even anymore. That should be fine. I'll just go into the drive shaft brakes. This car's so much fun. As you can see, the whole front end is about to fall apart because I took out the inner fenders. Let's go back here. Let's thrash it a little more. Oh boy. Not to mention, this thing has no brakes. Or rev limiter, apparently. I guess I never put one on. Oh! I did not mean to flip it. Oh, this thing is epic. I never looked back here. What's back here? Oh, nothing. Okay. These roads suck. But I think it's also just the lack of good tire that I have in the back of this thing. Oh, this car's fun. Alright, well, let's get ready to do the motor swap. Alright, the motor is pulled out of this poor car. At 313 cubic inch motor, that is going to go on and live on in something one day. Don't know when, but here's the goodness right here. We're putting a lovely 423 cubic inch V8 Barstow motor with built internals. None of that stupid dual exhaust. And we're keeping the blower. We are going to key... Actually, I did want to upgrade. I wanted to put a 5-speed manual on it. I think that's what it had. Yeah, it had a 5-speed. Okay. I forget these things. I don't work on these cars often. Let's put the Stage 2 supercharger on it. We're actually going to know horsepower numbers this time. I usually don't do that, but I feel like it would be nice to know what they are for once. With the insane nitrous oxide and... Oh. Hold on. I think it's just regular nitrous oxide. I just need to put the bottles in the cabin again. Let's put a 20-pound bottle in it. You know what? Let's leave it in the trunk. Ooh, we can't do that. Off-road nitrous oxide injection? What's this? Oh. I guess it was only with that motor I could get it. Let's just put the standard 150 shot in it, so it's basically the same setup, but a different motor. I guess we'll leave the one bottle. What is in here for a radiator? Alright, it's got a good radiator already. So I do want to put the same wheels that are on the front of this thing. Competition. I want to put a white higher than that. 15 by 12. I'm going to keep the slicks on the back of this thing. Oh, yeah. There we go. That is some meat. Limited slip rear diff, and we're going to put... Oh, those are the longest gears in it. Alright. We're also finally going to put some premium brakes in it. This thing's never had brakes. And what I wanted to do, which ended up falling through last minute, I wanted to put a 4-link in the back of this. So basically what I'm aiming for right now is episode 40 is going to be a rematch with the electric car. And I am basically trying to get a bunch of vehicles back together that could go faster than it. Ooh, I'm gonna need a rev limiter. $7,000 is not gonna, like, anything that I throw at it. Probably gonna have this thing rev out to 65. Once it stays at 7. Yeah. I needed to rev out to, like, 65. It's like the only way to go with these motors. Plus, I know the Barstow motors, they can take a little bit more abuse. Ooh, these tires are sticky, too. Oh, boy. Oh yeah, these tires are good. Now, I also want to do a drive shaft. I think I should put shocks on it because the suspension is a little iffy. I feel like the drive shaft is going to break on the first launch on this car. Beautiful. Alright. Let's put a GRS drive shaft in it since I already got the axle. They seem to hold up a little bit better than the stock drive shaft. Ooh, leaf springs. I already got shocks in it. Alright. I'm fine with that then. Yeah, the only thing I gotta put back is the hood. We're ready to go on the road. Well, first we're gonna figure out horsepower. Yeah. Thing looks good. Loving it. Always one of my favorite cars. Alright, we're gonna figure out horsepower here, so let's get the app out. We're making... Holy shit. So on just the blower with built internals, we're making 987 horsepower and 1,004 pound-foot of torque. But when you put the nitrous on, this thing is making 1,100. Wow, did this car get an upgrade? So, I'm gonna guess that this thing is making 1150 to the wheels on nitrous and about, yeah, like 950 to the tires on the blower. Because I'm pretty sure Beam reads crank horsepower, not wheel horsepower. I think there's another app that will read wheel horsepower, but I feel like that app is a little bit more reliable for power, and it also shows you the power band and everything, gives you an idea how the car is going to handle, when it's going to be in best power. That is a red drive shaft, but let's break in this 950 horsepower. Oh yeah. This thing's good. Alright, we're gonna get on the road. Get out to California. We're gonna drag test this thing. This thing rides like a dream. It's not even like you have 1100 horsepower. Oh, 950. But when you step on it, it is rowdy. Now, I already know I'm gonna have major suspension issues with this power level. Because it basically, every bar stow I've ever made, once you're making like close to 700 horsepower, you're gonna need a 4-link in the back, which... yeah, I'm on route to think that this thing is gonna need a 4-link, which was a bit of a job, but for it to be able to beat an electric car, completely worth it. Plus, I mean, my whole goal with this car is, I want anybody to be able to hop in this car and run a consistent time. I wanted to do that with the cop car, like I said in last weekend's episode, but we're not sticking to that plan anymore. The cop car is solely just a thrash car, which, oh boy. This thing doesn't turn. This car is fun though. But I'm already gonna bet that first pass, drive shaft's exploding. No question about it. And I don't feel like that I'm gonna be able to get much done with the current drive shaft setup. I might have to launch this thing pretty light. But I do have a set of heavy-duty leaf springs that we could throw in this, just to see if it makes any type of a difference. But I'm probably going to be throwing a 4-link in this thing before episode 40. Man, these tires are good. These are like the best tires I think I've ever had on this thing. Okay, let's get the app up. Let's make the first pass. We're going to do an all-motor pass first. And then we're going to do a nitrous pass. Just back up, get a little bit more even on the line. Knew it. It even moved the axle forward. Yeah, knew that was going to happen first pass. Alright, it needs a stronger drive shaft. Or I need to launch it lighter. Alright, we got a drive shaft in it. I also put the heavy-duty leaf springs in it. Feels a little smoother. $9.5, but something broke. Oh yeah, look at the rear tires. Yeah, it sent the whole rear axle forward. Oh, it also twisted it. It's crab walking. Good boy. So, I still have the stock axle for this car. I think I'm going to throw that in and see if I can put some race suspension on it. So, we'll be right back. Did it again. Oh boy, this thing needs the 4-link really bad. Car's making way too much horsepower. Oh, we need a solution. So what do you do when you're in desperate times of need? You part out the good vehicles, which is what we're doing right here. So for people who don't know, this is a long, lost, forgotten vehicle in the fleet, which I still have. I didn't want to get rid of this car because this is one of the original RoadKill vehicles that I did. This was along with the Rally Hawk that we have now. This was basically converted into a drag car, which is a highly successful drag car. I will give it that. It's gone pretty fast, but I'm going to be redoing the car soon anyways in my own time, and you're probably never going to see it again. So, might as well just steal the 4-link out of this. Yes. We're going to steal the whole entire 4-link out of the good car and put it in the bad one. So, goodbye. Don't need to worry about it because the fuel tank is in the cabin. Oof. This pains me. It really does. Go over to this thing. Oop, not that. Boom. 4-link. I didn't really want to do this today, but if I'm going to run a decent time and figure it out, or figure out the car, it needs it. So it had drag coils in the back, it had basically race everything, this setup. Do we need to do the track with? Yes, I do. But this is our solution to the Go 8s. Things are already pretty close to it. We're gonna put another GRS drive shaft in it. The rear end on this car should be bulletproof now. I also put 325 gears in it, or 336 gears. See in a minute. Yep, 332. We're probably going to end up putting a 410 in it, or get the race locked rear diff in this thing, because it seems to be a really good diff that Beam added. We're going to leave everything where it is, except for the track width offset. We're going to jack that up to a 15. Just so then the brake drum isn't glitching through the tires. Perfect. Alright, let's do the all-motor test. Oh yeah. This thing has the possibility to do a wheelie now, with how stiff the suspension is. $9.5 again. Seems like it's going to be the best motor. Or the best pass that this car is going to make all motor. Time for nitrous. Alright, let's see how she does. Wow! Need to lower that tire pressure. This thing's fast, though. Wow. $9.3. Wow. This thing is still spinning pretty good, but it didn't spin at the end of the track, which is pretty good. Now, I think this thing actually is faster than the electric car now. But of course, you know, it's probably not going to run a consistent 9.3. Might go a little faster, it might go a little slower, depending on how I launch the car. I think that's a good spot to just, you know, leave this thing, come back to it in a little bit and tune it a little bit more. But yeah, this thing is pretty solid as it is, but I think just for shits and giggles, let's bump it up to 6,800. Let's just see how it does at that rev range. Last pass of the day. See how it does. Feels like it's revving out a lot better. Yeah, same pass. Brakes are fading. 9.3. Not bad though. Very fast, but I'm pretty sure with some good tires, this thing is gonna need a roll cage with how fast it's going now. So probably what I'm gonna have done before episode 40, roll cage, Price suspension tuning, wheelie bar, because this thing is pretty close to making wheelies. And I'm pretty close on 12 by 15 drag slicks. It's probably going to do a wheelie. But yeah, this thing is mint now. Really good car. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, don't crash it now. Alright, well that is success. Not as fast as I wanted. I was hoping to run 8s, but... yeah, it was pretty good. Car made a fast pass. Way faster than it was. I think this thing was running high 9s. It's now in the low 9s. So we improved by almost a second. Which is great. Very good numbers. Hopefully you enjoyed, though. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.